Hey guys, welcome back to another What If on this channel. We will be covering the most popular What If on my channel. That is, what if Bardock and Gine went to Earth with Goku? In the last part, I covered everything from the Pilaf saga, and it ended with Bardock making a wish to bring Raditz to Earth. And yes, I'm aware that Raditz is currently weaker than Gine. I've also teased that Vegeta and Nappa are coming to Earth way later than the original timeline, which I should be covering in this video, so stay tuned for that. And with that, let's begin part 3 of What If Bardock and Gine came to Earth. The story picks up in age 750, the age of the Red Ribbon. Bulma, since their last adventure, comes to visit the family every now and then. She wants to talk with Bardock and Raditz, as she finds them cute. However, today she's visiting the family to tell them that someone's collecting the Dragon Balls. They've already obtained 3 of them. While Bardock doesn't show much interest, Gine does say that the Dragon Balls could possibly give him the wish to take over the world or something. Then they would just have another Frieza on their hands. While Bardock does state that there's no one on this planet that they couldn't kill, but that kind of power could be a problem. He tells Bulma to take the boys, as this could be good for them. He doesn't want to go, he has to stay to train for the fight when Frieza shows up. Kakarot offers to fly Bulma, but she declines. She wants to fly with Raditz. This makes Raditz blush slightly, but he plays it off all cold. He's trying to not show that he's embarrassed or anything. Once Raditz agrees to fly Bulma, they begin their adventure. First on the beat 'em up list is Colonel Silver, which Raditz takes care of relatively easily. It's just a normal human. And then there's Raditz. Second is Colonel White at Muscle Tower, to which Goku just flies through the floors, beating up White. Third is General Blue, who doesn't die in this timeline, he just gets beat up by Goku. Fourth is Mercenary Tao, who they meet up at the base of Corn's Tower. Mercenary Tao, try as he might, can't do anything against these two. He tries the whole grenade thing, but Raditz just picks it up and crushes it, causing it to explode. Tao thinks he's won, but once the dust settles, Raditz stands there just frustrated and sends Tao flying, nearly killing him in the process. After this, they finally head to the Red Ribbon base and destroy the army. There is no one who can oppose them. And after collecting the Dragon Balls that the Red Ribbon army had, Bulma brings up the fact that the Dragon Balls would be much safer with them. So after this, they go collect the last few balls. They do go to Fortune Teller Baba's place, but they one-shot everybody. Once they collect the final Dragon Ball from Pilaf, Bulma asks to be taken home now that the adventure is over. Raditz tells Kakarot to take the balls back to the house. Kakarot puts the final ball in the bag and then flies off. Raditz picks up Bulma and takes her home. When they arrive, Raditz asks Bulma if there's a way for her to simulate the gravity from planet Vegeta. Bulma says that there may be a way to do that. Before Raditz leaves, she runs up to him and gives him a kiss on the cheek. Raditz blushes, and then he leaves. Meanwhile, Kakarot has made a stop to speak with someone. This person being Chi-Chi. This is where they have their first quote-unquote date, where it's just them fighting, and then the whole dinner marriage thing gets brought up, and then Kakarot has to leave, and once he arrives, he sees his family talking to a tall, old green man. This, of course, is Kami, who came down to tell Bardock that he's been watching them, and that there's 2 high power levels coming to Earth. At the speed that they're traveling, they'll be here in about 2 days. They're not as strong as Bardock, but they could be trouble. Once Kami leaves, they begin their training for 2 days. Their power levels don't really change, so. When Vegeta and Appa land on Earth, they begin to look for Raditz's power level. But since they're not able to sense energy, Raditz is able to suppress his energy. Vegeta and Appa get cut off guard by Kakarot and Raditz. While Nappa gets on his feet, Vegeta reads their power levels, but they're no match for the Prince, who is at 7k. As for Nappa, he's around 1k, and these are my estimates for what their power levels would be during this saga. They could be higher or lower, I don't know. Tell me in the comments what you think they'd be. Anyways, let's continue. Vegeta, trying to stay calm, asks Raditz how did he get so strong and how did he move across the universe so fast. Raditz says that if Vegeta plays nice, he'll tell him, and maybe they can stay here and train with him. He's been here for a year with Kakarot training, so someday they'll be able to beat Frieza. After all, the Frieza Force has no reason to come to Earth. Vegeta laughs at the idea of training. They couldn't even beat two of Frieza's henchmen, even if they teamed up. Only the legendary Super Saiyan could kill Frieza, and do you see one around? No, I thought so. Vegeta then orders Nappa to take care of Raditz, as someone so stupid will get them into more trouble. You know, with Frieza and everything. Meanwhile, Vegeta will fight Raditz's little brother. Nappa reluctantly agrees to fight Raditz. Their fight, Raditz versus Nappa, is pretty much one-sided, with Raditz coming up on top because he's got like a 500 difference. Raditz quickly goes to Kakarot's aid, as Kakarot's fight with Vegeta is completely the opposite. With the two Saiyan brothers fighting together, they are able to overpower the prince. With no other option, Vegeta charges up a ball, but before he can throw it, Bardock steps in, grabbing the prince by the arm. Bardock states that they can't have Vegeta and Nappa going Ozaru now, can we? They could destroy the planet. Vegeta is kinda in shock that there's another living Saiyan out there. At this time, Nappa gets up and reads Bardock's power level. What? A Saiyan with a power level 25,000? Bardock then realizes that Raditz didn't destroy the scouter like he was told to. Kakarot then rushes over to destroy Nappa's scouter, while Bardock destroys Vegeta's scouter. Vegeta tries punching Bardock in the face, trying to make him let go of his grip, but this does nothing except anger Bardock. Bardock finally does let Vegeta go, after he agrees to listen. Bardock goes on to explain that they've been living here ever since planet Vegeta was destroyed. They've been training to defeat Frieza one day. He'd like for Vegeta to join their team so they can, defeat Frieza for once. Vegeta, after some time, does reluctantly agree, but he knows that this plan may be a failure because Frieza's so strong, power level 530,000, and they're barely in the 20s. At least Bardock is barely in the 20s. Nappa then perks up and tells them that when he was reading Bardock's power level, he had his transmitter on. This means that Frieza most likely overheard them talking about how they want to train to defeat Frieza one day, and that there's a Saiyan with a 25,000 power level. Bardock tells the Saiyans to follow him immediately, to which Vegeta and Nappa do so, however begrudgingly. They do end up at their house, to which Bardock tells Gine to bring the Dragon Balls to him. Gine, confused on why he wants them, she then further confused that she sees Nappa and the prince with her. Bardock tells her that Frieza knows their location and they need to leave now. This is when Kakarot steps up and tells Bardock no, he won't leave. Kakarot has basically grown up on this planet. He wants to stay and fight for it. Raditz and Gine also agree with Kakarot. Raditz tells his father that a year ago he could not care for this planet, but now he's got someone he cares about and he'll stay and fight for it. Bardock is visually upset as their current power level is nowhere near to fight Frieza. This could mean the end for his entire family, the entire Saiyan race, but since Bardock can't really get them to change their mind, and he won't leave without them, this means that they have to go through the most hellish training to even get anywhere near Frieza level. Kami then telepathically contacts them all and tells them that Frieza will be here in about 2 years' time. Bardock states that if they're gonna fight Frieza, they're gonna need more allies than they currently have. These people might be weak, but they gotta take what they can get. So before the Saiyans begin their hellish training, due to the fact that Gine would do the least amount of training, Bardock sends her out to look for more allies. The first person she brings over, thanks to Grandpa Gohan, is Roshi, Yamcha, and Krillin. After this, Kakarot makes a special request to bring someone. This person Kakarot asked for was Chi-Chi. Once Gine picks her up, On the way back, Gine and Chi-Chi do have a conversation about the whole marriage thing, because Chi-Chi would bring it up. However, Gine, being a Saiyan, doesn't of course know what this is, and Chi-Chi has to explain it to her. After understanding what marriage is, Gine tells her that if she wants to marry Kakarot, she'll have to prove herself in the upcoming fight. Chi-Chi really doesn't want to do that, but if she has to, then she will. After dropping off Chi-Chi, she has to go pick up 2 more fighters. This, of course, being Tien and Chaozu, who, thanks to their high power levels, are easy to find. After beating them in a fight, Tien convinces Master Shin to let them go with her to train, and with that, the Bardock force is set, or whatever you want to call this ragtag team of Saiyans. Kami then shows up telling them that he personally wants to train Gine, Raditz, and the human. Bardock allows this as it'll basically allow him to focus on the other Saiyan. 2 months into the training, Bulma shows up at Mount Paozu. She's looking for Raditz as he asked her to build some sort of gravity room. Bardock tells her that Raditz is training with Kami at the moment, but they could potentially use this gravity room to train. After the full year has passed, everybody meets up at the wasteland ready to fight. And this is where I'm gonna leave it off, because I want the entire Frieza Force thing to be its own part. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If there's anything wrong, tell me in the comments, and hope you guys like this. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.